Team709 here on the No Limit YouTube channel for a deck profile for you guys this week. Just kind of giving you guys a heads up, we probably aren't doing Deck Doctor anymore. We're going to probably change things up a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to still be doing deck profiles, but I'm also going to be doing probably a few other things, maybe talking about individual cards here and there or whatever. I don't know. We're figuring it out still. But yeah, we're kind of just changing up a few things. I don't know what Robbie's going to be doing. I don't know if he's going to be changing up anything or not. But yeah, there's going to be a few things, so just kind of felt like mentioning that. Before we get into this, don't forget to give the video a like, share it with your friends, etc. You know, shows you support the channel, stuff like that. So I'm sure you'll already have noticed there's a couple of forbidden cards in this deck. That's because this is actually considered an old format deck, and it's a deck that I actually had somewhere in like all the decks that I have in, you know, like Dev Pro or Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro combined. And I ended up stumbling upon it, and I thought, you know, this is a really fun deck to play way back when it was actually still legal, and it's still fun to play, even though it's in like an old format thing. Playing it in its, you know, format is actually kind of fun. At least it was for me whenever I played it, and I wanted to kind of share it with you guys. And for those of you who do not know what this deck is, a lot of people often refer to it as Meanae box. And I don't remember if I mentioned which 2007 format this was. It's March 2007 format. I don't remember if I said it or not. But yeah, so a lot of people refer to this deck as Meanae box. A friend of mine played this exact build a long time ago, and I played it a lot as well. It was a lot of fun to play. I recently played it against one of the AIs on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or Dev Pro, whichever one, I can't remember, and it all kind of just came back, and it was just fun to play. So that's why I want to share it with you guys. So let's just get into the deck, and I'll explain some of the cards, and you know, yeah. So starting off with the monsters, we have 3 Cyber Dragons. Just summon and attack. It was just absolutely one of the most amazing cards. I don't really need to explain that, do I? DD Assailant, we have 2 of those. Back then, I believe DD Warrior League was still limited, so you kind of couldn't have played the 3 DD Warrior Leagues. I'm not sure if 3 DD Warrior Leagues would have been better than having the 2 Assailants. The Assailants are kind of bigger, so I don't know. But yeah, so we have the 2 DD Assailants and the 1 DD Warrior Lady. Again, of course, because DD Warrior Lady was limited. 2 Dons of Lugs. We play a lot of ways to kind of force our opponent to take damage, so it's just a solid card to play. Either ripping a card out of your opponent's hand or getting rid of cards from the top of their deck is just very useful. Next up, we have 2 Mystic Tomatoes. Gets a couple of your key things from your deck. If you really need something to kind of just prevent you from taking slight damage or getting something that you can keep on board, you can use it to get the Spirit Reaper from your deck. You can also get Sangan to search things with, or you can get Donzalug or your Meanae the Thorn. So just an overall solid card. Next up, we have 3 Dark Scorpion, Meanae the Thorn, core of the deck, basically. For anyone who does not know what this card does, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, you can select and activate one of the following effects. The first one being add 1 card that includes Dark Scorpion in its card name, or his name Cliff the Trap Remover from your deck to your hand. Or you can use the second effect, which is add 1 card that includes Dark Scorpion in its card name or his name Cliff the Trap Remover from your graveyard to your hand. So if you have one in your graveyard, and it doesn't matter what it is, so you can just get another Meanae. If you have one in your graveyard, you can search it from your graveyard. If you have one in your deck, you can search it from your deck. So it kind of played well with that, just kind of allowing you to keep a card, basically. I guess it's the best way to really put that. Next up, we have a lone copy of Exiled Force. It's kind of hard to explain how I felt about this card back then. It just felt like a card that always helped me out of very sticky situations, kind of like how, you know, Smashing Ground was a thing. It kind of is always just that extra card that always helps you get around sticky situations. Not to mention, it kind of acts as like a mini Nobleman across House Smashing on face down monsters. So I mean, just an overall really nice card. I rarely ever actually had to normal summon it and actually use the effect or anything, but it usually was always there when I needed it. So it's just a solid card, really. I don't know if I really need to explain it all that much more. Same with this one, it's Sangan. I'm not going to really have to explain that, should I? Spirit Reaper, I believe this was at 1 back then as well. I don't really remember off the top of my head. But overall, it's just that card that you can sit on. Good luck, have fun getting over it for a while, unless you topped something like Zaborg or something like that, because I think that was the best that they had back then. Either that or Ryza had just came out, I think. I don't remember the release date of Force of the Breaker, but that was basically, you know, a thing as well. I don't remember all the release dates. It's been a long time since 2007. But anyways, last monster is 2 Mask of Darkness to recycle a lot of the important traps from our deck, which we'll be getting to momentarily. Moving on to the spells, we have Confiscation, Heavy Storm. I don't really need to explain these cards. I'm not going to. They're just broken. Really. I mean, 2 Rhoda. I believe it was at 2 back then. I don't think it was at 3. I'm pretty sure it was at 2. Searching out your Meanae, searching out your Donzalug, your DDs, and of course the Exiled Force if you need to get out of a sticky situation, and Exiled Force would be a good answer for it. Rhoda is good for obviously doing that. 1 Pot of Avarice, late game draw, basically. I don't even need to explain this card. Nobleman. Back then, I believe you saw a lot of Gravekeeper Spies. I remember also playing personally in some of my decks Legendary Jujutsu Master. Of course, there's also the fact that there was those chances for face down Spirit Reapers. I don't remember when Marshmallow got its release as well, but I think that it might have been around that time. And if that's the case, then it was also useful against the Marshmallow ones as well. So just kind of a really solid card, just good for getting over any kind of like defensive things. It was just a great one of really kind of like, it's kind of like having the exiled for things as well. It's just kind of like having extra removal to kind of go along with this, which is Smashing Ground, which we play 3 of course. MST was also at 1 back then, and I don't think I need to cover that either. Next up we have 3 Shrink. We didn't have Forbidden Lance or anything like the other Forbidden cards. So Shrink was one of those best ways to kind of just make something of theirs really weak. Usually back then around, the biggest things that you would really see would be about 2400, and if they attack, they'd go down to about 12. So again, attacking into like a Donzalug or Meanae the Thorn, you can kind of just be like, okay, well, enjoy losing a card from your hand. Top 2 cards of your deck are allowing me to get a free card. So, I mean, it was just overall a really solid card. I actually kind of miss this card being semi-playable at the very least. But, and then the last spell, of course, which is Snatch Steal, which we happily got back. I believe that March format of 2007 was also a format where Snatch Steal actually came back. Fun little information for anyone that actually didn't remember that. So yeah, also if you hear loud stuff, that's my mom's phone going off. Anyways, continuing on to the traps, we have 2 bottomless trap holes. I kind of miss this being at 2, by the way. I don't know about anyone else, but I kind of miss it. 1 Mirror Force and 1 Torrential because they were both limited at the time. 1 Crush Card Virus. Kind of feel like I need to mention this. Crush Card Target, Crush Card Target, Crush Card Targets, and Crush Card Target. So you could tribute off Meanae for Crush Card after you've already searched another one out from your deck with her effect, and then just destroy things. The thing that obviously you have to note is that it's probably better to play this on DN because of the the new change that happened to Crush Card over in Japan. As far as I'm aware, Dev Pro and even Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro don't have like a old format, old wording type of thing in their coding, so you can't really play them like they used to be played. So if you want to play like actual pure old format, you'd probably have to play it on DN and go by the actual like old current TCG, I guess, wording. Just kind of feel like I need to note that, because if you don't know what this thing has been changed to, tribute 1 dark monster you control with 1000 or less attack, check your opponent's hand and all monsters they control, destroy all monsters with 1500 or more attack, then your opponent can destroy up to 3 monsters with 1500 or more attack from their deck. After this card is activated, all damage your opponent takes until the end of the next turn becomes 0. So yeah, it's not as impactful really as it used to be. It used to be kind of, I don't know, a little bit more derpy. But yeah, so just felt like I needed to mention that in case you wanted to play old format on Dev Pro or Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro for whatever reason. So finishing off the traps, we have 2 Dust Tornadoes. Don't really need to explain that. And then Ring of Destruction, which is just an average, broken card, and is currently forbidden as well. But I don't think I really need to explain this. It did get a change as well, so I guess I'll cover that real quick. Obviously, before it used to just be like just destroy a face-up monster in the field, and both players take damage equal to the attack of that monster. So reading off the new effect, you can only activate 1 Ring of Destruction per turn. During your opponent's turn, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls whose attack is lower than or equal to your opponent's life points. Destroy that face-up monster, and if you do, you take damage equal to that monster's original attack. Then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage that you took. So you take the damage first, then your opponent. So it's kind of, I don't know, whatever. Playing it by the old wording and everything, it's still a very fun deck, even with some of the new wordings. Because again, Dev Pro and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, playing against the eye, it's the newer effects, it still plays pretty nice. So I mean, wherever you want to play it. If you want to play it like as pure as old format as can get, DN is the best place to play this. But yeah, this is a deck that I always found to be fun, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. Let me know what you guys think of it. Is anyone a fan of actual Meanae? Because I actually really loved this card. I don't know about anyone else. I just absolutely love the way this card worked, and I don't know. So let me know what you guys think about the deck. Well, let me know what you guys think about the concept of Meanae box itself, and all that other happy stuff in the description, or not the description, but the comment section below. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. It shows that you support the channel, and that's greatly appreciated. And yeah, until next time, this is Team Stephen09 signing out.